Hello and welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're jumping into something really exciting, I think. We're connecting two anime titans that have just been, well, everywhere.
Yeah.
Kaiju No and Solo Leveling.
Absolutely huge series.
Right. And they both definitely tap into that global hunger for modern power fantasies. But what I'm really curious about, and what I want to unpack with you is this. Is Kaiju No 8 just part of that trend? Or is it maybe something bigger, like a major comeback for a really legendary Japanese genre, the one that gave us Godzilla?
Yeah, I think that's a great question.
We're going to try and trace those connections today.
And the connections are definitely there. You're right. The resonance is undeniable. It starts with what they both pull off individually, even before you look at the shared stuff.
Yep.
Kaiju No 8 really does feel like it's bringing back a vital piece of that classic kaiju culture, putting it back in the global spotlight.
How so?
Well, it weaves together these great underdog stories, these amazing transformations, and it has these really deep genre roots. We'll definitely get into all of that.
Okay, let's start there then. The journey for both series, it really kicks off with the main characters, doesn't it?
Absolutely. Kafka, Hibino, and Jinwoo.
Yeah, when we first meet them, Kafka from Kaiju No and Jinwoo from Solo Leveling, they're they're incredibly ordinary, almost painfully so, like you said. Kafka's on a cleanup crew, right? Literally dealing with monster guts. So far from his dream of joining the defense force.
A dead-end job, basically.
Totally. And Jinwoo. He's infamously the weakest hunter. Everyone looks down on him, doubts him. He's barely making it.
Yeah.
Their starting point says a lot.
It really does. And I think what's insightful about their arcs, their underdog stories, isn't just that they get powers, it's how they handle it, how they internalize that power.
Right. It's not just instant God mode.
Exactly. Through some twist of fate, yeah, they awaken these incredible, almost overwhelming powers. They go from being nobodies to, frankly, overpowered heroes. But, and this is the crucial part, they somehow hold on to their humanity, their core struggles, their sense of who they are. That stays.
So it's not just wish fulfillment.
Not entirely. Kafka's constant battle to control his kaiju form, that internal conflict. Or Jinwoo's really lonely path to becoming this powerful monarch figure. These aren't simple power-ups.
They feel more like moral challenges, existential ones even.
Yeah, precisely. They deepen the fantasy. It makes it resonate way beyond just, oh, cool, he's strong now. It taps into that universal dream of rising up, but with this complex emotional weight that keeps you hooked.
Okay, so that rapid rise, Kafka's journey mirroring Jinwoo's in a way, that brings us to that bigger question you raised.
Yeah.
How does Kaiju No 8's popularity connect back to or maybe even revitalize the whole history of kaiju culture itself?
Right, the legacy.
Because kaiju, the word itself, just means strange beast, right? But it's basically become synonymous with Godzilla in Japanese films since, what, the 50s?
Absolutely. It's steeped in decades of monster movie history.
So how does Kaiju No 8 fit into that?
Well, if you connect this to the bigger picture, classic kaiju movies often did something interesting. Their monsters weren't just named, they were often numbered.
Oh, yeah. Like how?
Think of films like Godzilla vs. Mothra. Or sometimes in spin-off stuff, comics or whatever, you'd see references to Kaiju No 2, Kaiju No 3, and so on.
Ah, okay, I see. Like cataloging the threats?
Exactly. It hinted at this wider world teeming with these massive threats. And Kaiju No 8, well, the name itself, right? It feels like a modern return to that idea. A homecoming, like I said earlier.
Okay, yeah.
It manages to blend that classic military versus monster spectacle, which is pure kaiju, with shonen anime storytelling. Young heroes, friendship, overcoming huge odds.
That shonen element probably makes it really accessible globally, too.
Totally. It makes it work for a massive modern audience while still keeping the soul, the essence of Japanese monster cinema alive. It's quite a balancing act.
And speaking of global reach, the timing is pretty perfect, isn't it? Interest in kaiju stories seems really high right now.
Oh, it's booming. Absolutely.
You see it with the huge success of Godzilla -1 recently, and the whole MonsterVerse franchise, Godzilla and Kong fighting together. There's clearly an appetite.
A massive appetite.
And Kaiju No 8 just slots right into that wave.
Yeah.
But I think what makes it feel really fresh, maybe even revolutionary for the genre, is that core concept.
Yeah.
The hero becomes the monster.
That's a key difference, yeah.
For decades, kaiju were always the other. External threats, forces of nature, or metaphors for nuclear war, whatever.
Something to be fought against.
But here, the hero actually embodies the thing they're fighting. That seems like a big shift. Kind of turns the focus inward, doesn't it? Less about external dangers, more about internal struggles with power, identity.
It absolutely does. It makes the monster relatable, even sympathetic in Kafka's case. That's pretty new territory for mainstream kaiju storytelling.
So how does its rise as this global anime thing compare to, say, Solo Leveling's explosion onto the scene? Both huge, but maybe different flavors.
Definitely different flavors, but similar impact in terms of global reach. Kaiju No 8 is huge on streaming. The social media buzz is immense. You see fan reactions everywhere.
Yeah, inescapable online.
And that mirrors how Solo Leveling just dominated the charts worldwide before it. But Solo Leveling did it with its very distinct K-fantasy style.
K-fantasy.
Yeah.
You mean like the game systems, leveling up, stats, that kind of thing?
Exactly. That whole subgenre, focusing often on individual power progression, dungeons, hunters, very different mechanics, but both achieve that truly global phenomenon status.
Okay, so despite those differences, Solo Leveling being very much, well, solo, and Kaiju number 8 being more team-focused, it's fascinating to look at the themes they do share.
There's definite common ground.
Both explore that zero-to-hero arc, that rapid climb from weak to incredibly powerful, almost unstoppable.
The power fantasy core, yeah.
Both have heroes fighting these massive, inhuman threats. And in both worlds, humanity is basically relying on these special forces, these hunters or defense corps, to not get wiped out.
That sense of constant high stakes, humanity on the brink.
Yeah.
And I think a big part of the shared appeal, maybe the core of it, is just how compelling their episodic battles are. They're incredibly high stakes.
Always escalating.
Always escalating. The tension, the power-ups getting crazier, the sheer scale of the monsters or enemies. It's a formula that just keeps you glued, keeps fans hitting next episode.
It's addictive, for sure.
Absolutely.
And because they hit some of those same notes, you're already seeing this really fun crossover in the fandoms, right? People imagining what could happen.
Oh, yeah, the fan communities are going wild with it.
Online forums, fan art.
Yeah.
It's buzzing. You see people talking about, like, what if the S-rank hunters from Solo Leveling had to fight Kaiju No 9?
Oh, yeah. That'd be intense.
Or could Jinwoo summon his shadow army to take on a whole horde of kaiju?
That's a great image. The possibilities.
My favorite I saw was just Kafka and Jinwoo teaming up somehow.
Yeah.
A world with both monsters and dungeons.
See, that kind of fan creativity, that crossover thinking, it really reflects something bigger that's happening, I think.
What's that?
It's like we're seeing this merging Eastern fantasy ideas, like those in Solo Leveling, blending with these classic Japanese kaiju sensibilities from Kaiju No 8. It feels like it's forging a new kind of global anime storytelling era.
So it's not just about the individual shows, but how they interact in the audience's imagination.
Exactly. Creating these entirely new imaginative spaces for fans to play in. It's pretty cool to watch.
Okay, so let's try and pull this all together for everyone listening. Kaiju No 8 is clearly resonating like crazy, but it's more than just the next big Shunshin hit, isn't it?
I'd say so, yeah. Much more.
It feels like a genuine spiritual successor to, like, decades of kaiju history, from Godzilla's first roar all the way to these huge global fandoms we have now. It's carrying that torch, but with a fresh twist.
Definitely. And it stands really powerfully alongside these Korean juggernauts like Solo Leveling, even though they have that fundamental difference at their core, right?
Hunting monsters versus becoming the monster.
Yeah, precisely. But both, ultimately, are these incredible stories about underdogs rising up and basically taking on the world, dominating the world stage, you could say.
So here's a final thought to leave you with. Could this fusion, this blend of classic kaiju vibes and modern anime power fantasy that we're seeing boom right now, especially looking ahead to 2025 and beyond, could this actually be the start of a whole new golden age for the genre?
That's a provocative thought.
And if it is, what other kinds of amazing news stories might bubble up from this really powerful mix? Something to think about.